All right, guys, let's do this. Markets just opened up. Is my sound good? Yep. All right, let's do this. Markets just opened. All right, so markets just opened, and we're looking at GBP USD. Always starting with GBP at this time because I want to see how it reacts to the market open. Look at Euro quick. All right, so Euro spiked up at the first 50-minute candle, and it faced resistance at the 200 EMA, which is typical. But let's look at the bigger picture where we are. So for those that's been following along with these streams, I called out this trade last week, at the beginning of last week. So exactly a week ago, and it's almost reached its entry level. Like it reached it. So the trade is actually still not active. So what we're looking for now is for this higher low and for the market to come up, get to our entry zone, and from here, reverse. Who knows? Might happen today. Let's get back to GBP, USD. What's going on here? So basically what the price did, it came down to the sweet spot that we see here. And the sweet spot is, like I mentioned before, is the 50 to 61.8% retracement, Fibonacci retracement from the bottom to the top of the last swing. So from this bottom here to this top here. And the price came down, probably picked up some supply down here. Now, I can imagine it being a lot of demand here. It's a lot of liquidity stuck here, even more demand down here. But the thing is, if we look at GBP USD, we take a deep look into it. We're on the hourly time frame now. So first of all, I want to show you yeah. We might even have to go on a daily time frame. Yeah. So first of all, we've had we had this whole big drop from the beginning of 2021, where GBP just plunged in price compared to the US dollar, and hit its bottom at October last year. And since then, it's been a rally. It's been an upwards rally, bull rally, and with no real retracement. With the only retracement we saw was this one here, but that was a very shallow retracement. So I think we still got a lot of upwards momentum in this currency pair. So we will see where it takes us in the long term. Now, and it's especially also considering that dollar might drop even further. So basically, all pairs that is paired against the dollar will go up, including gold. We'll look at gold very soon. I just want to finish this analysis on GBP USD. So getting back to the lower time frames, what we then see is basically consolidation. We have experienced this whole sequence up since October, I think. Yep. And reached the top in the 18th of January. We basically double topped it, came a little bit higher at January 23. And now recently, just in the 26th of January, so last Thursday, we had again testing of that top as resistance. And what's happening now is from that top, we see equal low high, equal low low, but we also see a lower high now forming. And what that is break of structure. Let me zoom into this a little bit. So basically what I'm seeing here is break of structure, because so we had low, high, higher low, lower high. So what this indicates, what this might indicate, is a reversal in the market. Basically, this here was the top, and now we're going to see a retracement on the bigger scale. So, and that retracement might look something like, wait, let me just delete some old drawings here. Yeah, so if we're getting a real retracement, I would say it will hit at least the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement, and that means it will hit a zone at about 1.22 US dollars. Now we'll see first what happens up here. If we see another lower a lower low first and foremost, if that happens, yeah, then we got a confirmation on break of structure, and we probably see a bigger drop. Now let's zoom in again. So now when we know that, now that we have a bias, and that our bias is retrace in the market, we can look at a smaller time frame and at the smaller time scale, and trying to get a picture of what it might do right now. So with that said, I mentioned previously that the market came down, came to the sweet spot here and picked up supply, but I think it's going to come down all the way here. There's a lot of demand down here at the zone. So, and that's also where you see a lot of support. So I see the market actually coming down all the way here to the zone, to the red zone, the 78.6 to the 88.6 Fibonacci retracement. If it does so, what happens next is something we will talk about. Well, you probably see it coming down and then a pull up from here, and then to form another lower high, and then we're going further down. That's enough about GBP USD. I don't see any trade in it that I would like to enter right now, because what I see is the market just basically consolidating at this smaller area that is in right now, trying to decide if it's going to go higher or lower. So we are between these two zones, the 38.2 retracement and the 50% retracement. And before we get out of this box, or maybe put it, how we get out of this box will determine if we see a further drop in the market, or the market go up. GBP, Euro USD, same thing, still stuck in this consolidation box. So what it's trying to do now is trying to break this resistance zone here. And this is resistance line that I've pulled out here. If we're looking at Euro USD from the bigger time frame, we've had a lot of upwards momentum. And the question now is, will this hold? Or is it time for the market to take a breather, to pick up some liquidity, come down to to the zones where the liquidity is. And looking at this last, I don't want to say bull run, but yeah, this last uptrend that we had, basically this, what we quickly can see is most of the liquidity actually is up here, because this is the volume profile, by the way, and volume profile shows you where you got the most liquidity. And I hope you guys can see it. There's a shadowed piece of it or part of it, and what that means is that the highlighted part of it is 70% of all the volume in the market. And most of the volume, you guys can see it's stuck here, right? So what I would, just looking at it quickly, what I would say is that the market needs to come and take a breather, and the zone it will come to will be somewhere around here. And that conflues also very good with the 38.2 retracement of this whole run. Cannot trade without my morning coffee, gotta have it. And that's on the bigger picture. Zooming in on this, yeah, we see a lot of volume is stuck here. So we have a box here with a lot of volume. As you guys see, it conflues very good with the resistance and the support that the market is facing here and here, and it most often does. So now that we know that most of the volume is here, what needs to happen is the market needs to break out from this box. And what I want to see now is I want to see the market. As I said, we called out this trade before, and we didn't really reach our entry. We missed it with maybe like 50 pips or something. This is a big swing trade. And what I see now is this low is, this is a new low that's been created. Market will come up to our entry zone. And then from there, I'll see a retracement at least down to the 38.2 retracement here. So to this zone. But for that to happen, first we need to see the market come to us. And this is an important thing. I've mentioned this many times before. When you trade, don't chase the markets. Let the markets come to you. You see things like here, for example, you see that, okay, if the markets come to this zone, I have a good entry zone, and this will be a good place to sell. We have different confirmations confluent. So you patiently wait for the market to move its way up here. Like look for us, for example, like market, I think I called out this trade when market was down here somewhere. It came up, almost touched it, came down, came up, almost touched the entry, came down again. What we doing? We're waiting patiently. Finger on the trigger and just wait for the prey to come. But in this case, we got a buy limit, a sell limit set. So that means, and if you can get it, join the Prosperous Telegram channel. I got the trade call out there. You'll see it, and you can just copy and paste the numbers into your MetaTrader, and you will have a nice sell limit here. And this one, when it hits, I'll say if, I'll say when, because we actually really believe this one is going to hit. When it hits, it's a lot of pips to catch here. Before we end the stream, we're going to take a quick look at gold. Same thing, same story with gold also, because both of them are against the US dollar. So basically they're doing the same thing, Euro, USD, gold, USD. Same thing here. Market needs to take a breather. Market needs to take a relief rally down, actually, and pick up some more liquidity. So the zone is the same, 38.2 retracement level, Fibonacci retracement level. Actually, sorry, that's the wrong Fibonacci. Let me pull out the right one. So here is that target, but I would say that the market can come down all the way to the sweet spot here because we got a lot of liquidity here, as most often conflues with the sweet spot. That's why it's called the sweet spot, because that's the market where the market tends to magnetize towards. Now, what I'm seeing for this market now is, first of all, it's not done going up. It's going to continue up a little bit more. How much more? I'm going to tell you that. Now, remember, this is only what I see, what I believe. This is not financial advice in no way. So what you guys do with the information that I share here is totally up to you. So we got from this top here to this bottom here, we got, that's a swing, and we got this Fibonacci, these levels that you guys see here. Sorry. So that's these levels that you see here. And this red zone that you see here is a big, big supply zone. There's a lot of supply. There's a lot of orders that have been sold here. So market in this, when we have a case with this big of a swing, will very surely want to come up here to get some of these sell orders, and from there drop down to the sweet spot at this area, at this zone, but that would then be, no, sorry, at this zone here. And so I'm talking about between 1743 and 1784. So somewhere there around is where the market will retrace from this supply zone. Why is that? Because then here again, we got a lot of demand. So market picks up supply, and here we got a lot of demand. And from there, market either goes further down or up. That's to see when we're at that point. So with that said, I ain't calling out no trades now because I don't see no real trades happening right now. Stay tuned in the Prosperous Telegram channel, and if I see something, I will call it out there. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being on the stream, and I'll see you guys soon. Stay prosperous.